In today's episode from the 2026 eMTB Shootout, we have got one exciting machine. The Pivot Shuttle AMP'D is here. We are ready to talk about it at Glorieta Adventure Camps in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Let's go. So the Pivot Shuttle AMP'D is one of 15 bikes in this year's shootout, and without the support of some amazing partners, this shootout would not be possible. So first off, we would like to thank Fox Racing for keeping us kitted out and protected out on the trails, as well as Schwalbe Tires for ensuring we've got great grip and don't have to waste any time fixing flats while we're out here on the rocky trails of Glorieta Adventure Camps in Santa Fe, New Mexico. We would also like to thank the City of Santa Fe, as well as the County of Santa Fe's Tourism Board and their Business Economic Development Program for getting us out here for 2 solid weeks of testing and riding. So Kyle, lead it away. What is the power plant getting the AMP'D up the trail?
So the AMP'D has the Avinox M2S 800 watt-hour battery with the integrated touch display, all the electronic remotes.
What do you think about the system compared to everything else here that we've had at the shootout?
I think we've kind of discussed amongst ourselves, the Avinox is pretty awesome. It's pretty hard to beat. The power is great. It's really fast, handles really well, smooth delivery.
Yeah, I really like the traction control and the ability that you have to tune and control it. I think some of the technical, steep, rocky hill climbs that we've been challenging ourselves with here, the Avinox is pretty impressive in terms of just power management and delivery. Don't you agree?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and like you said, it's very adjustable. It's been kind of fun to play with the different tunes and see how they work.
What's your favorite mode that you like to ride in that you would find yourself using most?
I keep it in turbo. We just go.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Straight up the hill.
I guess
jump
we are.
Things on the way up.
Yeah. Our job here is to be fast and efficient with our testing, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have opted for a size large. How did you feel that the large fit you?
This bike fit well. So I've kind of come to find with riding all these different bikes, I really prefer a bike that hides its weight well. The geometry of this bike in particular feels very good. I feel like I can move it around, I feel like I can hop it, and I don't feel like it's too big for me. So that was a really fun bike to ride for me just because of that. It didn't feel like it was too much bike or too heavy or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, this bike is 50 pounds with the gravity casing tires that we have on here, which did add, I think, close to a pound of weight, or actually about exactly 1 pound of weight over the specs. So the reach on this thing is 475. The bottom bracket height's 340, chainstay lengths are 443. You have a seat tube angle of 76.5 degree, which was a touch on the slack side, I think, for some of the long-legged riders, but you've got a head tube angle of 63.7, which is pretty slack and confidence-inspiring, I think, for a 150, 160 bike. And I think you are absolutely right in terms of how this bike hides its weight and handles.
Yeah.
When I first rode this bike, as we try to ride as many as we can on our home trails before we arrive here, I felt like I was hopping off of full power bikes and getting onto an SL. Like it was just, I mean, and I know you personally own a Pivot Firebird, and I think you said when you first got on it was like, oh, I feel like I'm on
right
my,
at home.
Yeah.
I was like just straight back to my bike, it felt like.
What were your kind of first impressions on getting out, handling it, jumping? I know you're a real playful and active rider. Like, where did this thing shine for you on the descents?
Really all over. I mean, so going fast into the corners, like kind of popping in and out of corners, I thought it handled really exceptionally well. You could definitely notice the smaller travel on some of the big, tighter, or the chunkier bits. But aside from that, like, it still handled it really well. Again, one of my favorite bikes of the shootout. Compared
to other 150, 160 bikes, do you think like it was on par with, or did it lack in the really chunky stuff where we probably wouldn't be normally riding a 150, 160 bike?
I don't think it lacked. I think it did very well compared to every other 150, 160 bike.
Okay.
And again, I thought this bike in particular, like, hit its weight better than a lot.
Yes. Something that I spent quite a bit of time thinking about was the Shuttle LT versus the Shuttle AMP'D, right? It's rare that we have 2 bikes from a brand in the shootout, but both are brand new and both are very compelling bikes. For me, where the AMP'D would have me back off a little bit, right, on the gnarliest enduro DH type tracks where it got really hectic and chunky. I felt like, okay, I would maybe lose a little bit of time there, but I would more than make up that time in flat sections, corner sections, other bits of trail. And I was like, I think I would pay that sacrifice of being a little slower in the couple of the gnarliest sections for how much more fun and faster this bike felt elsewhere. Did you kind of have that same thought process?
I would agree 100%. Yeah, I think this bike just felt really fun to me. The LT was great. It felt more, you know, not a couch, but you know, it's definitely more of a
plow machine.
A plow machine.
Okay.
And this one was just really fun, really active, and I really enjoyed my time on it.
Okay. Who would you say that this bike is for if, you know, someone came here and saw you out on the trails and were like, I'm thinking about that bike, is it the right one for me? Who is it?
I need someone that's like really playful on the bike, really active and aggressive. I think being able to kind of hop in and out of stuff is kind of where it shines. So someone that's just, aggressive.
Okay. And what about, I think, like kind of a rider maybe that's in the Midwest or the Southeast that doesn't have really steep, overly gnarly, extended bits of trail, and maybe just want to have a bike that's light and nimble and cruises around. To me, I think that would be a pretty valid candidate. I mean, like a Bentonville, right? Mountain bike capital of the world. I feel like this bike would be sick there because you don't really need a ton of travel and it's so light and playful.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this bike, you can give it to anyone. They're gonna have a good time. It's not like it's one specific rider is gonna enjoy it, but yeah, I mean, I think you could have fun on it anyway. Okay.
So out of the 15 bikes here at the shootout, this one's pretty special to you?
It's definitely up there. I mean, the only caveat is kind of the price tag on it, but it's definitely one of my favorite bikes to ride.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's the top tier Pivot. There have been no expenses held on this spec. I think they start about $9,600. So I don't think that spec would change the ride characteristics all that much, and probably would be what us normal folks would be ended up looking to buy, right?
I agree. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is the geometry of this bike. So I think you could have the lower spec option and still really have a good time on it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, folks, so there you have it, the Pivot Shuttle AMP'D. Stay tuned for our round table to see how this bike compares against the other 14 here in the mix. We would like to thank Fox Racing and Schwalbe Tires once again for making this series possible, as well as Glorieta Adventure Camps and the support from the City of Santa Fe, New Mexico, as well as the County of Santa Fe and their tourism department. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.